This is the Podcast Lab. Subscribe now and never miss an episode.
Another deep dive.
It's great to be here.
Have you ever noticed how pop culture kind of sneaks into your life?
Oh, yeah.
It's more than just fun, right? Like that movie that totally shifted how you thought about things.
Totally.
Or that song that got you through a rough time. Pop culture is everywhere. But today, we're going deep. Like, how does it really work? How does it shape us?
It's wild. We think of it as just entertainment.
Right.
But it's like a living, breathing picture of society. You know, all our thoughts, anxieties, what we value, it's all right there.
So it's a reflection of us.
Yeah, but get this. It also shapes those things. It's not just a mirror. It's more like...
The molds.
Exactly. Think about the Beatles. They didn't just make music. They sparked a revolution.
Yeah.
Their style, their lyrics, everything. They challenged the norm and changed music forever.
Boom. And then you've got shows like Friends or Game of Thrones. They were like the trendsetters. What to wear, what to say.
Totally. But there's even more to it. Like, pop culture can be this huge force for activism.
Okay, yeah. We see celebrities backing causes all the time. But how much is real change and how much is just, good PR?
That's the question, isn't it? It's tricky. But look at a song like John Lennon's Imagine. Simple message, right? But it became this anthem for peace that still resonates today.
Right.
And Kendrick Lamar's All Right, that became a rallying cry for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
These artists use their platform to spark real conversation, you know?
And you can't forget social media. Hashtags like #MeToo and #BlackLivesMatter gave a global stage to these crucial issues.
Absolutely. Dr. Jamie Rivero, she studies this stuff, and she says pop culture makes complex issues relatable. Like when celebrities or big movies talk about climate change or mental health, people pay attention.
So it's not just about awareness, it's about how they say it. It has to connect with people, right?
Exactly. Especially younger generations. Pop culture is woven into their values, their worldview. It's like the language they use to understand these things.
So are we supposed to, analyze every song and movie now?
Not exactly. But we should be aware of how pop culture shapes our understanding. Are we just caught up in the hype? Or are we really thinking about these issues?
It's like looking beyond the surface, there's always more to the story.
Exactly. And that leads us to another fascinating thing. How pop culture shapes who we are, both individually and as a group.
Right. It's like finding your tribe. The music, the shows, the fandoms, it's all about finding your people.
Yeah. It's about belonging. Look at hip-hop and K-pop. They created these passionate communities worldwide. And fandoms, like for Marvel or BTS, they give people a sense of belonging and shared experience.
It's like having a secret language, a shared passion. And that's why representation matters so much. Seeing yourself in the stories, especially for groups that haven't always been seen, it's powerful.
Think about Crazy Rich Asians or Pose. They were more than just entertainment. They gave visibility to communities that were overlooked before.
It's like finally seeing your story being told, your experience validated.
Exactly. It's powerful. Have you ever felt that way about a piece of pop culture, a song, a character, anything that made you feel seen?
Oh, totally. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like when I was a kid, I was obsessed with Sailor Moon. Seeing these powerful women, fighting for justice, it made me feel like I could do anything. But there's this whole other side to pop culture we haven't even touched on. Politics. They're always kind of intertwined, right? Sometimes clashing, sometimes working together.
Yeah, it's a crazy relationship. History's full of these examples, like pop culture directly influencing politics. Think Bob Dylan's Blowin' in the Wind.
Oh, yeah.
Became an anthem for the civil rights movement, anti-war movement, too.
Right. And now you've got those late night comedy shows, like SNL. They definitely shape how people think about things. Makes you laugh, but also makes you think.
True. But it brings up some tough questions, too. Like, is all this activism through pop culture real? Or is it, like you said earlier, just good PR?
Yeah. It's a fine line.
There is. Between raising awareness and just, using cause.
Like that journalist, Samantha Lee, said, some people say pop culture makes light of serious stuff. But you can't deny it brings those topics to everyone.
Right.
The trick is making sure those conversations keep going, not just hashtags and red carpet stuff.
It all comes down to this. Are celebrities and influencers really in it for the cause? Or are they just, what?
Playing the game.
Yeah. And for us, the audience, it's about being smart about what we buy into.
Right.
Are we really engaging with these issues? Or just scrolling and liking.
Liking and sharing, yeah. Like, are we doing the actual work beyond that?
Thinking critically, that's key, especially now when information or misinformation spreads so fast.
Okay, so we've talked past, present, and let's get futuristic for a sec. How's all this tech changing the future of pop culture? VR concerts, AI art, TikTok. It's like the whole landscape is shifting constantly.
It is. It is. Tech is driving so much. We're already seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, those virtual concerts, AI creating art, and platforms like TikTok completely changing how we create and experience culture.
It's insane. Imagine going to a concert, but you're in your living room. Like a virtual version of your favorite artist right there. Or having AI make you a piece of art, just the way you want it.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But there are new challenges too. Misinformation spreading even faster online. And that pressure to go viral all the time, it can be overwhelming for creators.
It's like this never-ending competition for attention. And it makes you wonder, what happens to the quality of the content? Are we sacrificing meaning for a quick viral moment?
Good question. And that brings up another interesting point. Pop culture is becoming more democratic. With platforms like TikTok, YouTube, anyone can create and potentially reach the whole world.
No more gatekeepers. The power is shifting to the people. That's cool, but it's a lot of responsibility too. How do we make sure quality and authenticity don't get lost?
It's a challenge, absolutely. But also a chance for us to be smarter about what pop culture we consume. We got to think critically, question what we see, support creators who are doing meaningful work.
It's like we're all curators now. We choose what we see, what we share, what we say no to.
That's it. And that's a powerful position to be in.
Okay, as we wrap up this whole deep dive, let's give our listeners something to think about.
Here's a final thought. Pop culture's powerful. It can shape our world. But it's up to us how we engage with it. Are we just along for the ride? Or are we active participants? Do we let it dictate our values? Or do we use it to amplify our own?
Will we just follow the trends or seek out what really speaks to us? Those are questions we got to ask ourselves. But hey, it's not always serious, right?
Okay.
Sometimes it's about having fun.
Definitely. Pop culture can bring us joy, help us connect with others, even inspire us to make a difference.
We forget that sometimes. It's easy to get caught up in the analysis, but don't forget the fun, those experiences that make you laugh, make you cry, all of it.
Couldn't agree more.
It's like we all have these pieces of this giant pop culture puzzle, right? And it's always changing. We get to decide how they fit, what picture we make.
That's a great way to put it. It really is a collaboration between the creators and us, the audience. We're all shaping pop culture's future.
That's what makes it so interesting, don't you think? It's like this ongoing conversation
Yeah.
between what's being made and how people react to it.
Totally. And that's why it matters what choices we make as creators and as fans.
So as we wrap up, let's bring it back to you listening. Now that you've kind of seen this deeper side of pop culture's influence, what piece of it are you going to pay more attention to?
What will you do with that? Start a conversation. Make something new. Challenge what everyone else thinks. There are so many possibilities.
We want to know. Tell us on social media. Use the hashtag #DeepDivePopCulture.
And don't forget, pop culture is way more than just entertainment. It's powerful. It shapes the world, and we all have a part in that.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep exploring that awesome world of pop culture.